Hey guys, Dale the Options Guru here, Think Tank Trading. Thanks for joining my live watch list. Been a couple rocky weeks. It's been choppy. It's been crazy. However, we're staying true to our path. We bought dips. We didn't panic in a lot of our positions, and we averaged down on a lot of them. Looking at the S&P 500 today, it rebounded pretty well. A lot of people on social media, a lot of analysts and everybody all over the world, they're saying the market crash was coming right here. Compare this to 1929 or Black Monday, Black Sunday, whatever you want to call it, right? They were calling for the end of times right here, and it immediately bounced back. So don't always listen to anyone you hear on the news or any of these analysts because they don't know better than anyone else. And no one really knows until it actually happens. All you can really do is just watch it for yourself, man, and safeguard your positions. You know, if SPY did break through this lower channel, set stop losses on your positions up. Stop out in profit, wait to buy lower. That's all we can do. We can only play the S&P or the NASDAQ or any of these things as is happening. We have to go day to day on these things right now, considering this is the first green day we've had in a while. But strong day today, a lot of nice gains. Looking back at our watch list from last night, we're going to run through these real quick. The first one I had for you guys was DTIL, Precision Bioscience. This one had a really nice falling wedge breakout pattern, as I showed you guys, bouncing off these lower levels right here. RSI was curling to the upside, MACD crossover, bounced hard, had a really strong day today. I expect for this to continue. Hopefully this support level holds up tomorrow and we can just truck on towards this 1598 as our first price target for this thing. So everybody enjoyed a nice 10 to 13% gain on the first day of this one. Looking at our other one was Helion. We caught this right down here at support. It hit 1435. Strong day on this one today also to 1690. The other one was ticker symbol ACIC. So as I showed you guys on the video last night, this one hit 1860. It's coming all the way down to these support levels right here. Bounced right off of them, straight to 1310. Really strong day on all three of those today. And the last one I brought up to you guys was ticker symbol AONE. This is the 3D printing company that I took you guys to the website and showed you that they're going to be primarily used for manufacturing. Really solid company. I was hoping this fell a little more so I could buy more of it. I only got a starter on this thing because there's no telling in the first couple weeks with a SPAC. But, we'll see how it opens up tomorrow. I may even add if it just has a slight dip, right? But this one found solid support levels right here, bounced right off of them and just ran with the whole market today. So strong day across the board, along with our HOL. Same thing, guys. This thing bounced hard. It's moving. We're going to need this to reclaim that $18 range up here. Hopefully this one just keeps trucking up there with this one as well. But I have a few new ones I want to show you guys today that I feel are going to make a similar move to these. So stay tuned, and we're going to run through those right now. All right, so the first one on watch tonight, guys, for many reasons, is ticker symbol NEE. So looking at this on the daily, you've seen this kind of came into this oversold range right here. I'm going to get this trend line over here and show you. This one bounced right at these support levels as well. If you guys can see that from its history right here, it bounced right at it. I'm going to take you over to the 1 hour, and you can see this thing is nearing breakout range, all right? If we can get across this 76.63, which is about 3 cents away from where it closed after hours, this thing can gap up to 77.90 to 78.30. If we can break through this level, this thing can push all the way to 81.39 and potentially even higher and push all the way towards $83 to $84. So watch this one closely. The sector moved heavily today, all right? You can see that nice bullish divergence on the RSI. This thing is really moving right now, and if we can start gap filling right here, this would be a really good options play for a day trade or maybe even a swing trade. This one was most recently just trading at $87.69. And you can see it bounced right off these levels. This is a trending sector in general. So we're going to be watching for this one at open for a potential gap play. I'm going to jump over and show you a few analyst PT for this one as well off tip ranks. All right, so as you can see, they're kind of all over the place on it. The most recent one, they did have a hold rating, PT of 77, but prior to that, prior to the market falling, everybody from a month ago, 20 days ago, 97 all the way towards $100. They got a pretty high price target on this thing. It's got a lot of news recently. It's in a really good sector, so definitely going to have some momentum if that sector in particular runs. You guys seen all the ones like Polar Power and Fuel Cell. That whole sector was running hard today, so if we do have continuation for that tomorrow, definitely look for this stock to make some moves. All right. And jumping over to the Discord, guys, make sure you check out my watch list every morning. I had Apple right off the support levels today. SOS Limited, we went over live yesterday. This one bounced, had a really strong day today as well. And then sometimes I just get news early in the morning. As you can see with the Camping World, sees 22% earnings growth, proves dividends, all right? So when I was looking at that, this chart was showing me that it was bouncing right off its 120-day moving average, could be acting as the new support for that, and this thing bounced pretty strong today. As you can see, had a nice little pop. RSI is curling up. This is RVP, but I'm going to show you on Webull here. Had a nice little strong rally from 31.18 all the way to 34.08. The spread on the options was pretty wide, so you would have to get a good bid on there to get that good mid price. But if you're able to get into this thing today, you can see some of these options positions today ran pretty well. So the next one on my watch list today, guys, is going to be Home Depot. I know this isn't really a fan favorite for a lot of people, but this one does have nice solid swings. And if you can look at this history, they're pretty predictable. Now, if I look at this on a long-term perspective, you can clearly see that this is kind of slowly downturning from its highs of 292.95. However, it doesn't mean that you can't be very profitable while this is even slowly going to the downside. So each time you can see right here, this thing finds these support levels and it bounces hard. So these levels right here are at right around the 260 range, right where it's at right now, and it sees highs of 293 twice right here, 289, 286, and 284. So those are significant options moves. You look at this on the 1 hour, it already bounced all those really lows of 253.59, and it's just making that first move. Now, that's all we essentially need is just one move into resistance up here, okay? This is that 284.65, and that'll be a significant options move right there. So I'm going to be watching Home Depot for a bounce. This one likes to bounce in a hurry, as you can see. So I'm going to be watching this one first. Make sure you do as well, guys. The long-term PT on this is pretty high for a lot of analysts. It is considered a growth stock. So this thing had a monster rally from COVID all the way from 140 to 292. But I like the chart setup on this. To me, this looks like it's bouncing right off this lower end of support right here, and it's just gonna, even if it takes a little time, it looks like it's just gonna trend right back up to its new resistance and probably come back to the downside after that and continue this same cycle. So until this shows otherwise, I'm going to trade this accordingly. All right, guys, and the last one on my watch list tonight is going to be ticker symbol FMAC. All right, so this is a SPAC still. It's still very, very early on. All right, as you can see at the $9 to $10 range where all SPACs start off at, this thing had a monster move to 1444, and it has since came all the way back down to its support levels right now, 1075, even seeing lower levels earlier. I'm willing to take a risk on this one, okay? The general consensus on this stock and what the company is looking for, it's rumored to merge with Discord. All right, Discord is what we use right now for our platform, and we like this Discord platform, man. It has a lot of upside, not only for investors and people in general within our community, but for gamers, which is huge in overseas markets, especially in China and Japan and all that. Discord's a major deal. So I think that if they do get Discord, you're going to see this thing immediately double. 100% gain first day, long-term price target probably 30, 50, maybe even $100. All right, the people behind this SPAC are the same people that were behind DraftKings. All right, they got a good, talented management team. I'm going to jump over and show you guys that right now. All right, so here's the article off TipRanks, guys. Now this is just one piece of the puzzle. All right, I don't want you to just take this news for what it is, but scrolling down, you'll see First Mark is composed of a team of veteran tech investors who experience in guiding startups from the early stages to initial public offerings. The team has made more than $2 billion and backed by companies such as Shopify, DraftKings, and Airbnb. All right, really good, solid management team, and as you can see from this here, they were just showing you guys that chatter started to fly on social media that they're planning to take Discord public, which is valued at $7 billion. All right, the company was recently valued at $7 billion. So if they do get Discord, and there's many other things tying these things together, and I'm going to compile a more detailed list for you guys tonight. And even with all that, it may not prove to be correct, but for me, the maximum downside is essentially 75 cents, and the maximum upside is a 10x gain in the future if that is to happen. So I'm willing to take that gamble. If you are as well, look into it for yourself, guys. A lot of these rumors end up coming true. So definitely keep this on your watch list for tomorrow. Ticker FMAC. I'm going to be looking to buy this right in the $10.50 range. If I can catch one more dip on this thing at the 9:30 open, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to park some cash in there and just wait and let these rumors swirl and see what this thing turns into. We've had a pretty good record on SPACs in the past. Me and Emily got DraftKings and HCAC and Fisker at under $10. We have had a whole bunch of good ones, so definitely keep this one on your watch. All right. I do have one last one. This one isn't necessarily a watch for tomorrow. Typically, these watch lists are going to be things that I'm looking to get into quickly. However, I do want you guys to look into ticker symbol BCLI. All right, because you look at this thing in the past, it makes pretty crazy runs. All right, you see it at support levels down here, ran all the way up to $18. They did not get FDA approval, fell off a cliff, started running again, fell off another cliff, ran again and fell off another cliff. We're all the way back at the bottom down here, okay? And now whether or not they can overcome all the things that have gone against them, is yet to be determined. But I will tell you this, is that this company is pretty solid, and what they're trying to do, and I'm going to take you to the website right now, they're working on multiple sclerosis, they're working on a lot of different autoimmune disorders, and if they can get that technology down to where they can start working on this stuff, you're talking about life-changing medicine, especially for MS and for ALS and things like that. This company's working on the brain and how it interacts with your neuromuscular system. So I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to do a little more research into this company, and I have in the past. And it's not good that, it just tanked like that. But, a lot of times you see some of these companies fall off a cliff and then they just kind of have to reiterate some things and submit their approval again. And a lot of times they can overcome what it is that the FDA needs them to do. And getting rejected just one time isn't necessarily a loss, all right? A lot of these guys get rejected the first time around, and they do have other things in the pipeline as well. I'm not saying it's a buy tomorrow or anything like that. I'm just saying it's worth a look, okay? But anyway, that's just the ones I'm watching tonight. I will post my typical watch list for you guys in the Discord tomorrow morning. For all the YouTubers out there, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I do for a living and what I love to do, and I do love to teach. So, do your own due diligence on these things, guys. I'm just bringing things to your attention that are brought to my attention that I find interesting in regards to technicals, chart setups, and news. So thank you guys for joining. I will see everyone in the morning, and I appreciate everyone here. Please like and subscribe to the channel. The content is getting a little better. I'm very, very new to it, so I'm just going to keep improving and moving on. And if you guys need me to chart anything that you're watching, leave it in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to do so. Thank you guys.